What's going on, guys? It's Dellenyum. Well, it's Friday. Just got back in. I was just chilling, and my strategy guide finally came in today. After what am I saying? Finally, yeah. I was hoping it would have come by Wednesday because I didn't get Marvel until yesterday. Even though, I've just been busy and stuff. But yeah, it finally came in, and if I've seen a lot, I actually heard quite a bit about the strategy guide. A friend of mine told me about it. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good, and I saw an Event Hub. It's supposed to be like the best strategy guide out there for any fighting game. And I said, you know what? I have never played Marvel 2. That is actually serious. I've actually never played Marvel 2. I played Marvel vs Street Fighter and X-Men vs Street Fighter, but this is a long time ago and never really anything on a serious level. So this whole game was going to be really new to me. And besides, I just like having a strategy. I like reading strategy guides. I don't know if some of you are like that. Like, I just like reading them, like just randomly, like that kind of thing. I hate, and if there's anything to do with frame data, I hate sometimes having to go online to search for it, that kind of thing. I just like to just have it on me or next to me all the time, where I can just check it out. So this is, it finally came today. So what am I doing? It finally came today. I'm gonna just put that over there. As you can see, I'm just gonna give you a quick little gloss. This is the Brady Marvel vs Capcom guide. It looks it's very pretty looking book. Oh, sorry about this. I would have recorded this with my camera, but I can't find the charger, so I'm gonna have to record it in my webcam. Yes, so this is it. It's actually a really large book. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. There we go. Let's just nudge that in there. And perfect. Yes. So it's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. It's like as you can see, let me just show you the width. I don't know. You can see it's actually a pretty big book. I know there are a lot of characters, and at least they weren't stingy or with the guide. Like, I remember the Super Street Fighter guide. They only added the new characters, which I thought was really stupid because, if you didn't buy the first one, then you were missing out on the data and the information about the original cast from the vanilla game. But thankfully this one they added it to all the games, so all the characters. So firstly, when you actually look at it, it's actually a really pretty book. The artwork is lovely. I'm just gonna push that to the right. Here we go. Push that a bit more so you can see it all. It's a really pretty book. Here's your typical contents page. It's got all the characters. It's got game modes, system, gameplay, character strategies, introductions. Okay. It's just gonna flip through some of the pages. Basically, this is your introduction to the game itself. It gives you a little guide to the annotations, your glossary of terms. So if you're new to fighting games, and you're not sure what some people say, like, because I've been hearing the word OTG. You need to start OTGing this, and I'm like, bloody hell, what the hell does OTG mean? And luckily I had a couple friends and a couple people have been nice and giving me some advice. Some of the old school Marvel heads in UK. Shout outs to you guys at Casino. They've been really nice and been giving me some tips as far as playing this game. And sorry, I have a bit of a cold. Yeah, just basically just gives you information on the words, like footsies here, some of the terminologies, empty jump, crossover assist, crossover attack. That's pretty good. As you can see, it just continues here with more, and then it breaks down a history of the Marvel vs Capcom games. As you can see, it gives you starts off with X-Men Children of the Atom. It even gives you the roster as well of all the characters, which is actually pretty cool. You know, so if you were never sure, you know, what character was in which of the Marvel versus games, yeah, it just lists everything for you out here. So you know, Children of the Atom, Marvel superheroes, X-Men vs Street Fighter, Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. Yeah, so it just continues, gives you information about all these games. Yeah, this is still all in the introduction. Yeah, just, and it also breaks down the offline mode for you, the basic options in the game, stages. Let me see. As you can see, let me see. It's a pretty cool guide. I love the way it's designed. You know, it seemed like they took their time with it. It wasn't necessarily a rush job. They, you know, put a lot of effort into this. You know, at least, and from what I've heard, this thing has been selling like hotcakes around. So, you know, if you're new, if you're like me who likes to use guides, you know, some people just prefer just going online. Some people don't necessarily want to spend money to buy a guide. But, you know, if you like having something next to you, this could be, you know, for you. Yeah, so it just, you know, as you can see, crossover, it gives you information, crossover counters, air guarding, and advanced guarding, sorry. Let me just see, I'm just gonna go straight to the, you know, as just more information about tactics, crossover counters. It's a pretty in-depth guide, and this is still only page 45 out of like a 300 and something. So mostly, and things you would like to know, you know, it's pretty here. You know, crossover assists. You know, I'm just gonna flip through some of these pages. I'm just gonna go to some of the characters. Yeah, so as you can see, this is more character specific now. You can see Deathpool. Gives you a bit of bio about Deathpool, his abilities, weapons, a little profile. Power grid. This isn't actually anything to do with his actual stats in the game, but you know, it's just a bit of, you know, information about the character as he is from the comics, if you are a comic reader. Alternate costumes, and which buttons to press to get them on the PlayStation and 360, or on 360 and PlayStation, you know, vice versa, whichever. As you can see, your basic attack sets, basic attacks, your command attacks. You go into your special moves. Gives you more information about the special moves. Gives you some pictures, so at least you know, have an idea of what the move looks like. Hyper combos. The more battle plans, gives you information about his vitality. Chain combos, on the ground moves, you know, combo usage. Just gives you, it's quite in depth. You know, it also has the frames on the moves as well. You know, so if you are someone who likes to go in detail with their moves, I know a lot of people nowadays use frame data. Like, you know, you want to know the startup, the active frames, the recovery. You know, if you are a perfectionist, you know, you want to know these kind of things, then the information is here for you. If you decide to, you know, I'm not going to go through every character because there are way too many, but I'm just going to give you a quick guide. At least you know what you're buying when you actually, you know, get this book. You know, it gives you a decent idea, because I wasn't sure, and it cost me, you know, actually they're selling on Amazon for about £7 now. Or $7.90 something, to be honest. So it's actually a pretty decent buy, but they seem to have run out of stock. So, you know, just it's I love the artwork. You know, it's the design of the actual book. I can't stress. You know, it's a very pretty book, a very pretty guide. You know, as you can see, you know, just going from, just gives you your different move sets, more information, that kind of thing. I'm just gonna, but this is, you know essentially what you're getting. this is a guide. It's gonna, help you with the game. So, and then once you've brought your level up to a certain, once you've increased your level and you're better at the game, then it'll be up to you to go into training mode and figure out more and more stuff, and how to do things. As with any game, you should add your creativity to the game, to set yourself apart from everyone else, and not just necessarily copy and paste, that kind of thing. X23, man, she needs some more meat in her bones, man. She needs some more meat. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, it's a really cool book. Actually, if you can't tell already, sorry, if you can't tell already, I actually really like this book. I'm very happy with my purchase and the money spent. It wasn't a lot, so this kind of thing, because I'm very new to this game, so this is something that will help me. I don't always want to necessarily ask people, how do I do this, or if I'm not sure. Obviously, go into mission mode and practice your combos and stuff, but if you're not sure, if you're new to a lot of the terminologies, then this will be very helpful to you. When we go to the back, more Wesker. Jeez, everywhere I go, I seem to see Wesker, man. Jeez, I mean, I thought the guy is dope, but bloody hell, man. Jeez, just every team has got Wesker now. Just Wesker, and Sentinel. Oh, jeez, don't get me started on Sentinel, but I love Wesker though. Wesker's an awesome character, but Sentinel, this guy. Yep, resistance is futile, boy. You eventually get bent over by a Sentinel at some point, man. So might as well expect it and build your team and get ready to fight Sentinel, man, because they're gonna be a lot of him, and I don't blame people for using him. To be honest, he is bloody good in this game, So yes, going back to the guide. Sorry about that. Let me just go more towards what do you? Yes. Here, then you have your achievements, trophies, what you can unlock. It just lists everything for you, and it's actually pretty cool. It's really cool. If this kind of thing means something to you, like if you're interested in unlocking trophies, I'm not really bothered about trophies personally and achievements, but I know a lot. I know a lot of people who they really enjoy it and they really like unlocking stuff. So check it out. I'm sure, but overall, I'm gonna look at the back as well. As you can see, it's a really cool book. The material is nice, as you can see. Like it's got this like gloss to it on the Marvel parts and some of the characters. It's really nice to hold. It's a pretty big book. You can put it in your bag if you want to. You can put it in your bag if you want to. If you want to take it out somewhere, I don't know. If you like reading this kind of stuff on the bus or on the train, or obviously just it would spend 95% of its time in your room or in your living room or wherever you keep your stuff. But yeah, it's the Brady guides, signature series guides, the Marvel vs. Capcom 3. As it says here, man, take your game further. So this might help some of you. So if you're not sure, definitely check it out. This is a great guide, very big, in depth. Cost me about £14, everything in total. So I'm pretty happy with my purchase overall. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope it was useful to you. Anyway, take it easy. I hope you guys are alright, and I look forward to playing a lot of you at this game. I'm actually really going to try and enjoy this game and try and get better. So anyway, everyone, take it easy. Have a lovely weekend. Dellenyum out.